smell the flowers around them. There's no reason why we cannot live like that. Today, we are going to say no again. We don't want our communities to be in this fear continuously. We want to continue to live how we have lived all this time, together, relying on each other and being able to feel safe, to go to school together safely, to work safely together, to go outside, to the park without the fear that around the corner somebody's watching on you in a predatory way to take you away from your family and what you have known all your life. There's no way that we have to live like that anymore. I appreciate the fact that so many partners and so many elected officials have said we are going to show up and we are going to support our communities. This is a clear message that our communities are not alone. We are not alone.
We're not alone.
They want to make us think that we are living on a margin, that we deserve to live in the shadows. But let me tell you, we are not going to live in the shadows anymore. There is no way that we are going back to that. So ICE needs to get out of the state. They need to get out of our communities. And for once and for all, find something better to do. Because we are not going to welcome them here. Who should be prosecuted is them. They should be, not us. En español lo que le puedo decir es que lo que pasó hoy es inaceptable. No hay ninguna razón, motivo o circunstancia por la cual nosotros tengamos que vivir en miedo. No se supone que nosotros estemos sintiéndonos en la forma que nos sentimos. No podemos salir a la calle, no queremos ir a la panadería, no queremos ir a trabajar. ¿Por qué? Porque hay una sombra todo el tiempo detrás de nosotros que nos quiere cortar el camino a cada esquina. Nosotros nos sentíamos seguros, muy seguros, antes de que ICE viniera a nuestras calles. Muy seguros. No necesitamos que vengan a perturbar nuestra paz, nuestra vida, la libertad que sentimos de compartir con nuestros niños cuando los dejamos en la escuela. Así que si a alguien tienen que poner en la cárcel, que pongan a ICE. Pero aquí no los queremos, que se vayan. En estos momentos te queremos pasar la palabra a Lawrence Benito. Lawrence Benito es el director ejecutivo de ICER. Right now we want to pass the mic to Lawrence Benito. He's the executive director of ICER.
Se ve y se siente, el pueblo está presente. Se ve y se siente,
El pueblo está presente.
se ve y se siente,
El pueblo está presente.
se ve y se siente.
El pueblo está presente.
Migra, escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
ICE escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
ICE escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Marion. My name is Lawrence Benito, L-A-W-R-E-N-C-E B-E-N-I-T-O. I'm the Executive Director of the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. We run the statewide family support hotline, assist in coordinating the local rapid response teams to ICE sightings, like the PASO team, host Know Your Rights trainings for residents across the state, and call our communities to action and protest. This past week, our big takeaway is this. The Trump deportation machine is out of control.
Different roads. There's other roads. Yeah, there's another road right
And operating with no transparency.
Bro, there's a press conference. Are you blind? Take a different route, bitch. You want to start a protest or a riot? Get the hell out of the road.
No nos moverán.
No, no nos moverán.
That ain't no way to treat nobody. No way to treat anybody.
No nos moverán.
So our big takeaway from this week is the Trump deportation machine is out of control and operating with no transparency or accountability and leading to senseless harm to our communities, families, and neighbors. Since the start of last week, we have seen ICE escalate their fear campaign in the Chicagoland area, showing up at courthouses, staging at Great Lakes Naval Base and quickly moving people through the Broadview Processing Center. The call volume to our hotline has been higher than any point since January, with this past Monday having the highest number of rape reports ever. This indicates that ICE agents are definitely present throughout the Chicagoland area, and we need to remain vigilant with or without the National Guard present. Additionally, it signals that there are more detained than the Trump administration has disclosed. These are our neighbors, who each have their own family and their own story. We are working with our legal partners to make sure they have the resources they need. While we are still uncovering the details of this particular incident, we know the increasingly aggressive tactics of ICE do not keep our communities safe, and we are calling for transparency and accountability of their actions. Our hotline remains a resource for immigrant communities in Illinois. If you think you see ICE in your communities, please call the hotline. If you or someone in your family has been taken by ICE, call the hotline. Store the number in your phone, 855-435-4693. We know that organized communities are safer communities, and together we keep each other safe. I'd like now to introduce Representative Norma Hernandez.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. I am Representative Norma Hernandez, born and raised in Melrose Park, grew up in this community. I have family, relatives, friends that I grew up with since grade school that live in this community, in these neighborhood blocks, that are Latino communities that have been here for generations. And what happened today should have not have happened. It should have been avoided. And today, unfortunately, Trump and ICE have taken the life of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. Shame. A beloved, yes, very shameful, a beloved community member that has lost his life while conducting an unconstitutional traffic stop in Franklin Park, Illinois. And we are devastated by this news because we have seen ICE has ramped up its racial profiling and unconstitutional policing in Illinois. And these tactics have led to a loss of life of one of our community members. And he is not the first, and unfortunately, we don't know if he will be the last. Trump and ICE have created this chaos and are now deathly consequences to their policies. And the reality is that ICE is endangering the community with these tactics. They are indiscriminately targeting people, Latinos specifically, based on their race and ethnicity, something that the Supreme Court has given them authority to do in California, where we foresee this growing across the country. And the most horrible thing about this is that the fact that ICE decided to do this during a time where parents are dropping off their children in school. Parents and children are walking towards a place that's supposed to be creating peace. Parents are going to work, running errands, and instead, the lawlessness of these ICE agents to come to these neighborhoods, destabilize, create fear, but to also kill someone and to blame the individual over a minor infraction due to driving is unacceptable. That is not a death sentence. And that person has been denied their ability to defend themselves. And these agents have the audacity to blame elected officials and organizations who are doing their best to make sure that we abide by our constitutional laws that they have forgotten to abide by. But we're here to remind our families, our communities, that we will not stand for the lawlessness of these ICE agents. It is wrong, it is unconstitutional, and it is straight up racism. And we are tired of it. And as someone that's from this community, I will be here making sure that we have the full accountability and the transparency that we need to assure that this does not happen again. And I am sorry to all of our community members, our children that were forced to stay locked up in the school, who couldn't get out, that they are traumatized because of the lawlessness of this horrible agency. The Trump administration declared war on American communities here in the state of Illinois, and this is what this looks like. To kill innocent people, to ruin families, and to break away families. We are not having this, and I really want to appreciate the organizations and the elected officials that are here with me and the people that have spoken out who witnessed the tragedy that happened this morning. So thank you, and I will do a brief in Spanish as well. Sí. Soy la representante Norma Hernández, soy una persona que fue creída en esta comunidad, yo fui nacida y creída en Melrose Park, que está aquí, somos vecinos de las personas que viven aquí en Franklin Park, y ahora desafortunadamente la vida de Silverio Villegas González, un querido miembro de la comunidad, durante una parada de tráfico inconstitucional fue matado por un agente de ICE. Y estamos muy tristes por las noticias de que ICE ha intensificado su perfilamiento racial y su práctica de operativos inconstitucionales en Illinois y que estas tácticas han resultado en la pérdida de la vida de un miembro de nuestras comunidades. Es importante saber que lo que está haciendo ICE no es constitucional. Si dicen que tienen un warrant, tenemos que ver qué tipo de warrant es. Si es un warrant judicial o administrativo, es importante saber qué tipo de warrant, porque no tienen el derecho de parar a un miembro de la comunidad así y más bien también matarlo. Y lo que ellos están haciendo es ilegal y también es racismo. Y están específicamente atacando a nuestra comunidad latina, haciéndolo durante el tiempo que padres están llevando a sus hijos a la escuela. Eso es terrorismo. Y lo que está haciendo ICE es trayendo ese terrorismo en nuestras comunidades, causando trauma en esos niños que están yendo a la escuela, los padres que nomás quieren ir a trabajar o hacer sus mandados. Eso no es aceptable y tenemos que tener justicia sobre la vida de Silverio y su familia y tratar de prevenir que esto pase otra vez. Muchísimas gracias.
Legisladora, una pregunta más.
Sí.
¿Qué saben ustedes de la persona que
Vamos a agarrar preguntas después de la conferencia, pero sí podemos hablar más de eso. Yeah, we can hold the questions till the end. Now I'd like to introduce a great leader, someone that I respect highly and has been such an ally to our immigrant families, our amazing leader, Speaker Welch.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to come here first and foremost to stand here in solidarity with our Hispanic caucus and the community. I want to make sure everyone understands that at a minimum, we need to know exactly what happened here today. We need to make sure that the government is being transparent and that we are able to hold the government accountable for their actions. This is a perfect example of why we shouldn't have military actions in our cities. This is a perfect example of why ICE shouldn't be playing a law enforcement role. People are entitled to due process. We have a deceased Franklin Park resident here today for what? Due process would have avoided all of this. This was an avoidable tragedy. We don't need the National Guard. We don't need ICE in our communities. We need to allow law enforcement to do their jobs in a proper way. ICE is not law enforcement. And so I am demanding, along with this group of individuals standing here today, that we know exactly what happened here today with no spin, no hiding of any facts. We want a full accountability and transparency of what happened here today. We need to make sure that our community doesn't continue to live in fear because of all this fear-mongering going on with the administration. And accountability and transparency will help with that a little bit. But ICE getting out of here will help with that a lot. And so I'm here to stand with our community, and I stand with them 100%.
Silverio presente!
Silverio presente!
Silverio presente!
Silverio presente!
Silverio presente!
Silverio presente!
My name is Karina Villa, and I am the Illinois State Senator of the 25th Senate District. I represent parts of DuPage, Kane, and suburban Cook counties. The blood that was spilled today will be a stain on the history of our nation, a stain on our Constitution, which protects us and says that we have rights, that we have the right to be in front of a judge, and that we are innocent until proven guilty. This day will be a stain that will remind us of what the Supreme Court has now said, that because of the color of my skin, it is now enough to be pulled over to be detained. That because my father is a hard-working man and he shows up to work, that is due cause for him to be questioned. This is a stain that we are having on our country and our history. The only way that it will be erased, but never forgotten, is if we come together and we stand loud and proud and we continue to stand with our immigrant communities. We continue to stand with the beautiful business owners on this block here in Franklin Park that was raised by immigrants. That we come together and we say, not here, not in Illinois. No, thank you. We will defend ourselves and each other. We do not need the National Guard and we do not need ICE on our streets. Mi nombre es Karina Villa. Soy senadora estatal del Distrito 25 y la mancha de sangre que derrotó las calles de Franklin Park el día de hoy es una mancha en la historia de nuestra nación. Esa sangre es una mancha contra lo que nosotros sabemos que es nuestra constitución, que tenemos el derecho de ir frente a un juez y que somos aquí en Estados Unidos inocentes hasta que no seamos probados culpables. La única manera que vamos a sobrepasar todo esto, estos tiempos difíciles, es siguiendo siendo unidos unos con otros, conociendo nuestros derechos, celebrando a las organizaciones como ICER, que están allá peleando día tras día para educar al pueblo de sus derechos. Nosotros vamos a pasar esto, vamos a levantar la cabeza, vamos a estar unidos con nuestros vecinos, con nuestros negociantes aquí en Franklin Park y en todo el estado de Illinois. Es mi honor ahora pasar el micrófono a mi hermana en la lucha, la representante estatal Lilian Jiménez.
Casa Dupey presente. Casa Dupey presente.
Estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha.
My name is Lilian Jimenez. I'm the state representative for the 4th District. It's a neighboring district here, but I have a connection to this community as well, as I worked here at PASO, the wonderful community organization that's with us today. And why did I work at PASO? Because as a daughter who grew up as a daughter of an undocumented immigrant, I knew the struggle, and I decided to go to law school to try to work with my community to learn constitutional law and immigration law. And today, I am saddened to say that the state of immigration law and constitutional law is not anything to be proud of. What has been happening in the last few months in this country is a disgrace. We have seen, unfortunately, racial profiling for a long time in this country. Too long. I have been to too many protests when black and brown young men have been killed and young women have been killed in this country. And now today we see this expanded with the allowance of racial profiling in our communities. Racial profiling of people based on their skin color, on the fact that they are workers and they may be dressed as a worker. That is unacceptable. So I'm here in solidarity with our community members and to say that we are in solidarity with our community organizations and with each other. As a member of the Latino Caucus Executive Board, I want to make sure that we are here and present because our community organizations together with us are making sure we're doing an education campaign. Because if the government doesn't want to respect the laws, we respect the Constitution and we will execute the Constitution because we know our rights here in Illinois and we will continue to. Thank you. En español, brevemente, me llamo Lilian Jiménez, soy la representante estatal del 4º distrito que está cerquita de aquí y tengo también una conexión a esta comunidad como trabajé aquí en esta comunidad como una abogada de inmigración. Entonces, estamos aquí para estar con nuestra comunidad y nuestras organizaciones que nos están ayudando con la educación para saber nuestros derechos, porque en este país sabemos que las autoridades no están respetando nuestros derechos y tenemos que decirle a la gente que si ellos no respetan la Constitución, nosotros sí, y sabemos nuestros derechos y las leyes del país. And with that, I would like to introduce April Gianosa from IFT. Thank you.
¡Ay, ay, qué relajo! ¡La migra al carajo! ¡Ay, ay, qué relajo! ¡La migra al carajo! ¡Ay, ay, ay, qué relajo! ¡La migra al carajo!
My name is April Gianosa. Not only am I a resident here of Franklin Park ever since I was a 5-year-old girl, I've also taught in this community for the past 20 years. And to have something like this happen and our schools had to be shut down today is very scary and traumatizing for all of our students. I'm a union leader with Local 571 who's with the IFT, and we fully support our teachers and all of our students and community members during this tragic time. Too much trauma is happening with our families, and it's impacting the children as they grow and as they learn. It's making it very difficult for them in the schools. We cannot have this happening. We're very outraged to see that this happened so close to so many families and so many children. This needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now.
Thank you so much for being here. We will now take questions from. Sí. Sí, sí queremos también nosotros saber más información de Silverio. Gustaría conectarnos con la familia para también poder saber cómo podemos apoyarlos a ellos en este momento muy difícil. También nosotros la información que tenemos es que tenía algunas infracciones manejando, pero eso es la realidad, que eso no merecía su muerte. No importa qué infracción tenía, no merecía su muerte. Y no era una razón porque ICE lo tenía que parar así, en esa forma. No sabemos si estaba saliendo Silverio de su casa o de una tienda de aquí, todavía esa información no es clara, pero si por favor la familia de Silverio que nos contacte a mi oficina, a la representante Norma Hernández. Mi oficina está en Melrose Park por la 19 y la Lake Street, porque sí queremos saber cómo podemos ayudar a esa familia.
Norma, could you repeat that in English? You're saying
Yes.
had,
My understanding.
was he undocumented or was he?
That's we're still unclear. I don't have much information. Even if the information we still are unclear if he was coming out of their house, if he was coming out of a store nearby. What I did read online was that he was driving recklessly, had records of driving recklessly, but that's still not a death sentence, and it's still not a reason to have to pull somebody over and be masked, not be able to share who they are and say that they're law enforcement. The fear that they have stoked, which they have spent a lot of investments on, creating all these ads and creating fear. We don't trust ICE. They're not naming who they are. They're not showing their face. There's bounty hunters. There's people that are illegally trafficking people. So yes, people are afraid to even see an agent. Of course they're going to run away. This is what they're doing. They're creating more distrust and making it go even further where we're not even going to be able to trust any law enforcement. And that's what they're doing to us in today's society.
En su comunicado, ICE dice que le pide a las organizaciones comunitarias y a las autoridades electas que no le digan a los inmigrantes indocumentados que resistan o que se
No estamos
escondan.
diciendo eso.
No,
Sí.
no sé, pero eso es lo que dice ICE. Y me pregunto si ustedes tienen una respuesta para eso.
Sí, la respuesta es que estamos educando a la comunidad de sus derechos que existen ya en la Constitución. Es lo que estamos haciendo. Si ve los documentos o los herramientas que tenemos, ninguno de esas herramientas dicen que corran de ICE. Todo es informando a la comunidad en cómo mantener sus derechos, en cómo protegerse y no dar información que no es necesaria. And then if you want to talk more on them.
Nosotros tenemos un grupo de voluntarios. Mi nombre es Jessica Vázquez, soy comisionada del Distrito 8 del Condado. Nosotros tenemos un grupo de voluntarios, de personas de nuestros vecindarios que están ayudando. Y lo que ellos hacen es cuando oímos que tal vez ICE está por un lado, nosotros tenemos voluntarios que van y ayudan a las familias que están en una trauma, ¿verdad? Entonces van, documentan, toman fotos y ayudan a las familias. Ellos no tocan a nadie, no tratan de involucrarse en lo que está pasando, es solamente para documentar y para ayudar a la familia. Eso es lo que nosotros estamos haciendo. Y saber sus derechos, eso no es, pues, es
Es prohibido.
No es prohibido. Saber sus derechos no es prohibido. Oh, English. Oh, sorry, no. Yeah. And so my name is Jessica Vasquez. I'm Cook County Commissioner for the 8th District. There are so many of us who are involved in rapid response groups. Rapid response groups help the community. There are volunteers of our neighbors that report on the scene when we hear of ICE activity. The purpose of these volunteers is to assist the families, to provide legal resources, to provide mutual aid. We do not engage ICE agents. We do not get involved. We do not tell people to resist. It is simply to help families that are experiencing trauma. That is what rapid response is.
And then we're going to have some information regarding a free legal aid clinic in the community.
Hay, solo en respuesta, en paso tenemos recursos dentro de la organización para responder también a muchas de las necesidades. Esté pendiente si es de la comunidad a los talleres de Conoce tus Derechos. Los estamos haciendo virtuales y en persona en nuestras oficinas. Es la 501 de la West North en Melrose Park en el 3er piso. Lo otro es que Paso cuenta con una clínica legal en la cual estamos apoyando y respondiendo a estas situaciones de emergencia y también tenemos un equipo de respuesta rápida para ello. Así que nuestros teléfonos son 708-410-2000. I was just going to say that Paso is offering other services as well. We are located in Melrose Park, 501 West North Avenue on the 3rd floor. We have a legal clinic that is here to support the community. There is no cost, no hay costo for the services that we are providing. We are located on the 3rd floor. Our phone number is 708-410-2000.
Thank you all. I think that's it. Just no information, just the name and the circumstance that happened, but we're still waiting for more information. His name is Silverio, give me 1 second. Villegas. Yeah, Gonzalez. Thank you.
That's according to DHS.
That's according to DHS. So we assume he's a community member from Franklin Park. Yeah. So, well, thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for being here with us today. Just remember that we will be available for questions and por favor cualquier cosita déjenos saber, and thank everybody. Thank you.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo